For today's Pokemon TCG history video, we're going all the way back to base set for everyone's favorite water type starter, Blastoise. The base set Blastoise card was my base set Charizard as a kid. If you asked me what the best card or coolest card was in my collection, for a time I would have told you it was this one. Blastoise debuted in the very first set of cards with a very powerful Pokemon power. The Pokemon power Rain Dance reads, as often as you like during your turn, you may attach a water energy from your hand to one of your water Pokemon. This Pokemon power would follow Blastoise and other water type Pokemon for decades to come, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. During base set Blastoise's time in competitive play, it was played alongside Gyarados, Articuno, Dark Gyarados, and even took the spotlight as the attacker itself. As I said, this Pokemon power would be indicative of the water type, and Blastoise forever due to this card. As a Generation 1 Pokemon, Blastoise has gotten a lot of love in the card game, and base set was just the start. Next was Dark Blastoise. While this card did not have a powerful Pokemon power and it has less HP than its non-dark predecessor, its Hydro Cannon attack maxes out at 70 damage, which is 10 damage more than base set Blastoise's Hydro Pump. That being said, this Dark Blastoise was not a meta-relevant card. The next two Blastoise cards were from the Expedition set. One equipped with an interesting Jet Stream Pokepower, which can discard the opponent's energy, and almost an exact copy of base set Blastoise's Hydro Pump attack. The other with very underwhelming attacks, Bubble and Double Cannon. In the Fire Red and Leaf Green set, Blastoise was printed as an EX Pokemon. This Blastoise came equipped with the Energy Rain Pokepower, which is reminiscent of Rain Dance. Energy Rain allows you to attach a water energy from your hand to any of your Pokemon as often as you like, but you must place a damage counter on the Pokemon which you attached energy to. In a way, this was better than Rain Dance since you could attach to any Pokemon, not just water type Pokemon. The ability to attach energy to any type of Pokemon with Energy Rain was monumental in this card's success, since Blastoise would go on to be paired with a collection of different attackers, such as Lugia EX, Steelix EX, and Deoxys EX. Blastoise EX also had a useful attack. Hyper Whirlpool, which took influence from the Jetstream Pokepower, discarded energy from your opponent's active Pokemon until you flipped tails. I absolutely love it when cards carry on their Pokemon's themes throughout the years like this. Throughout the next few years, we received a handful of mediocre Blastoise cards, including Delta Species Blastoise, which deserves special attention for being the only dual-type Blastoise card ever printed. Blastoise from the Platinum set with the Pokepower Dig Well was known for its part in a deck called Blast Caddy. Delcatty's Power Circulation Pokepower would set water energies on top of your deck to guarantee that Dig Well would successfully accelerate at least 2 energies. Blastoise would then have 2 great attacks to choose from. Aqua Press, which became more relevant as time went on and you accumulated more energies, and Double Launcher, which did 60 damage to 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon, which was really strong compared to other sniping attacks available at the time. This next Blastoise card moved energy around with its Washout Pokepower, which was less impressive than its previous printings that attached extra energy to your board. Needless to say, Blastoise from the Heart Gold Soul Silver Unleashed set is not one of the MVBs of today's video. First printed in Boundaries Crossed, and then again in Plasma Storm, and then again in Plasma Blast, was the Deluge Blastoise. The ability Deluge reads, as often as you like during your turn, you may attach a water energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. This was incredible since it had all the versatility of Blastoise EX's Energy Rain, but did not damage your own Pokemon every time you attached an extra energy. This card immediately saw success in the 2012 standard format, being paired with strong basic attackers like Keldeo EX and Mewtwo EX, which both scaled their damage output with the amount of energy attached. The deck adapted around Black Kyurem EX and added lightning energy to the mix upon the release of Plasma Storm, since Black Kyurem EX's insane damage output was too good to pass up. Blastoise with Black Kyurem was a popular deck at Worlds 2013, where James Good placed 3rd in the Masters Division. Blastoise would stay relevant in Standard for a while, including the 2014 World Championships, where Daniel Altavia placed top 16 with Blastoise Black Kyurem. Deluge Blastoise was reinvented in revolutionary fashion for the 2015 World Championships. Archie's Ace in the Hole was a unique supporter card that allowed you to put a water Pokemon into play from your discard pile, and didn't exclude evolution Pokemon. So this Blastoise deck played 0 Squirtle and 0 Wartortle, since it was designed to cheat Blastoise into play with Archie's Ace in the Hole. This strategy proved to be both consistent and powerful, as it led Jacob van Wagner to becoming the 2015 World Champion. Other notable players, Sam Chen and Aaron Tarbell, also placed at Worlds 2015 with the iconic Archie's Stoys deck. The earliest documented expanded format placement I could find for Deluge Blastoise was San Jose Regionals in 2016, spanning to the most recent expanded format placement being Dallas Regionals all the way in 2020. Blastoise received a multitude of uppercase EX printings during the XY era, but none of them were competitively viable. This included 2 different Mega Blastoise EXs, one with the Hydro Bombard attack and one with the Dread Launcher attack. Like most of the Mega EXs, these Blastoise cards were destined for the binder. The powerful Squall Blastoise was mostly a meme card that was fun to play but fell short in competitive environments. However, Jack Underwood bravely piloted a Mewtwo Tag Team Blastoise deck to the World Championships in 2019 and placed in the top 64 of Day 2 competitors. This is the only documentation of powerful Squall Blastoise placing at an event, and honestly it was pretty lucky to get on the board. Also utilized in Jack Underwood's powerful Squall deck was Blastoise GX from Unbroken Bonds. This Blastoise was used from the discard since Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team could use the attacks of any GX on your bench or in your discard. This would later be used again in 2019 World Champion Henry Brand's iconic Ultimate Mewtwo deck, which he won the 2020 Perth Australia Regionals with. This was just prior to the 2020 global pandemic, which shut down in real life events, and this Ultimate Mewtwo deck became a fairly competitive deck in third-party online events that were held during this time. Blastoise teamed up with Piplup in the Cosmic Eclipse set, and proved that this unlikely duo could make a splash in the competitive scene. The Blastoise and Piplup Tag Team GX had the Splash Maker attack, which both accelerated water energies and healed your Pokemon. Blastoise and Piplup Tag Team GX was the focus of Kota Amura's 4th place deck at Champions League Tokyo 2019, which had 1,600 players. It was also utilized in a very cool Quagsire Silvally deck piloted by Stefan Ivanov at the 2019 Sao Paulo International Championships. Blastoise V and VMAX were Blastoise's best chance at succeeding in the Sword and Shield era, but unfortunately were kept at bay by the likes of powerful Lightning-type Pokemon and an overall aggressive field of power-crept cards during a time period when the game was diluted by questionable card design choices. It's truly a shame because Blastoise VMAX has 2 awesome attacks and really high HP. In a vacuum, it looked like it would have been a really strong card. Blastoise received 2 new cards in the Pokemon Go set. A regular Blastoise card with the Vitality Spring ability, and a special Radiant Blastoise as well. Vitality Spring is frankly underpowered in the current game, since it is on a Stage 2 Pokemon, and using the ability ends your turn. Radiant Blastoise is cool and could be considered for some decks, but since you can only have 1 Radiant Pokemon in your deck, Blastoise is often outclassed by Radiant Greninja. Blastoise has been with us from the very start, and as we enter the Scarlet and Violet era of the trading card game, I can't wait to see what the old turtle will do next. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.